Alrighty, so here we go, the semifinals. Top four. Matt Vandenheuvel, Kenneth Sittensham from residing in Waterloo,
Why
Ontario.
were they rolling dice? Why were they rolling dice? Doesn't Ahmad get to choose?
I believe Ahmad actually, Ahmad should be able to choose if he wins or loses because he's the top seed.
Gets the
Yeah.
choice here.
So let's hope that Ahmad knows that he gets he gets to pick who wins who gets to go first or second because he is the top seed.
Yeah, he should be starting here.
These roads are supposedly really awful out. So if you're driving, please drive home safely. If you got for anyone that's still around here, please drive home safe.
Looks like it's going to be taking us a little bit longer to get home.
Just
here.
a little bit. You almost have to make another night of it.
Yeah. Well, I'll be driving nice and slow. No rush.
Yep.
Nobody's in a rush to get
so
home.
a Clifford. So Ahmad's gonna open up with a
Scout.
Clifford
There it
Scout.
is.
Very
See?
good start to get a carrier.
See, you get to pick who goes first, and you open with the Scout.
And I don't think that's what Matt Vandenheuvel wants to see right now as an opening Scout. But upstart Goblin.
Do you know what
Joel.
Matt is playing?
I actually do not know what Matt is playing. Last time I remember he's been always playing Cliffords, but
Oh,
I don't
really?
know what he played at the regional. I didn't actually see him play, strangely enough. So carrier comes down, and he's got 3 back rows to Matt Vandenheuvel, and it looks like he's got. Oh,
I see a trap.
I think, yeah.
I think it might be Burning,
Burning Abyss?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a Wing Blast.
I think so too.
It's very tough to see. Well, it looks like a tour guide, so
Yep.
yeah, it is.
So now we've seen Matt Vandenheuvel play Shadalls, Cliffords, and now Burning Abyss.
Jack of all trades.
And all the YOCCs he's played in. So no skill drain from Ahmad,
Oh, a
but he will
compulsory.
compulsory evacuation device, and that'll slow Matthew down,
Yeah, he's stuck with a tour guide now.
especially with no enemy controller too to follow that up to counter it. So. Down that goes, and you gotta wonder what are the other 2 cards
He does
left.
have a Wing Blast,
He does have a Wing Blast, which is
and he's crashing.
he's just gonna crash, and he just takes 1,000.
Yeah, he
So it
appears,
takes 800,
he appears
sorry.
to be okay with killing it just to summon a Burning Abyss monster, I'm assuming, with a graph here.
So now he wants to follow it up with special summoning something in defense mode as for a better defense. I wonder if he's got a Skarm or the graph. He does have the graph, at least we forgot.
Oh, he reveals the
Rubik.
Rubik, and he mind crushes the Rubik.
Yep. So he's got to
He's gotta
reveal the rest of
reveal
his
that
hand
hand.
because we can't confirm his hand. We can't confirm
Shuffling it up a
publicly.
bit.
We cannot confirm publicly that he has all 3.
He's trying to get away with something here, and he has to reveal all those cards. All those cards have
he's
to be
hiding
revealed.
it.
What they
That's
are.
not allowed at
That's
all.
not allowed. You have to reveal what cards those are.
All the cards must be revealed. Even though they are of a different color, yes, we know that, but he's technically not allowed to do that. So he reveals graph now. Oh no. And now the graph goes. And now he gets to peek his hand again one quick time. And Matt Vandenheuvel, look at him strategically showing off his hand like that.
Yeah, that is not acceptable.
That is not allowed.
I think we should stop this game.
So,
No.
no, you can't. You cannot hide the cards and then reveal it, even
Mind
though
Crush
they're
says,
not monsters.
look at your opponent's
You're
hand.
allowed to look at the hand, so that's technically
Yeah,
illegal
yeah.
by Matt Vandenheuvel there. Perhaps someone should intervene that and allow Ahmad to be able to actually fully examine the hand in a sensible time manner. He's not allowed to actually look at every single card like fully for 30 seconds or whatnot.
He is allowed to acknowledge what each card
Yes,
is.
he's allowed to look and
Yes.
say, okay, that's that, that's
Yes.
that, that's
Yeah,
that, that's
that-
that.
yeah.
He's allowed to do that.
Yeah, that would not slide against me. Definitely not.
Absolutely not. But seems that
Ahmad
no,
seems to be acceptable. He seems to be
seems
fine
allowed
with
to
it.
go, and he's
So
not going to stop it.
that's on him, I guess.
Well, he could play snatch steal because that would slow down Ahmad, even though Matt Van Hoof wouldn't be able to special summon anything, and he doesn't have any tour guides on his hand.
I believe he does have a Scarm, though.
Is that foolish?
He does have a Scarm.
I think it's foolish.
Yeah, that's a foolish.
Yep.
Now, he's gonna probably get a seer.
Yeah. He will dump the Seer, get back the Graph, and probably reveal the Scarm and just overlay.
Yeah, he can do that
Just
too.
let him sit.
Now, he will have to sacrifice either the Scarm or the Graph, and he's gonna sacrifice. And then we're gonna find out shortly what he's gonna sacrifice.
Probably the scar.
But Scarm seems to be most likely because that is a floater. But he's gonna do it in defense mode. He's gonna rest it in defense mode and then go to the battle phase and then go to downward.
That's a good play as well. Puts it at 27.
Very difficult, but
Why don't you play the snatch first?
because he can now bounce because Ahmad can bounce that next turn, at least, and then flush out the Scarm and the Graph and the Dante that's under there too. So there's the set Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. Oh, he's just gonna play Snatch Steal. He's like, oh, forget it.
Why didn't he poke? Why didn't he poke with both?
Yeah, you should have taken it.
He made a downward and then Snatch Stole. That's probably
Well,
One
yeah,
of the- one of the-
he could have went to down. He
one
could have
of
went
the
to
worst
Dante,
plays.
summon, Dante, and then just poke with both, and then go to defense, but then go to downward. So,
He knows
Yeah.
that.
so he costing himself some life points. Now he has a set Wing Blast, which is currently dead at the moment, but he can get a card to his hand back because there is a Dante there, and he also has a Scarm if he wants to explode off on the end phase. If he's able to get the Scarm
Life
off it.
points are wrong on the screen as well. They recognize it. The 8 should have 8,000.
No, he played upstart.
Yep.
Scouted.
He doesn't play upstairs. Oh, the other guy.
Yes.
Thanks.
The one's at 82.
Because he was at 9,000, and then he took 800 because he ran tour guide and doesn't care. Come on, Matt, get in the game, man.
But you already knew that.
Well, did he already use his battle phase that turn?
Yeah, he already did, so he couldn't
that's
have
why he couldn't take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why? I don't know. Why Snatch at all?
Just to slow him down a turn. Because he can.
Because if he has disc or sacrifice in hand, then it's good.
He's a Graph. Oh, okay.
He'll just play the other thing and get back everything.
So he's just searching with Quill for its Scout right now, just trying to figure out what am I going to get.
Looks like he's gonna grab the sacrifice anyways. Yeah, it looks like he does have a disc in his hand.
So he has to get a sacrifice, and you got to wonder what is going to be done now.
The black and white hoodie's nice.
So he summons a disc, and he's probably going to put a sacrifice on it.
Poke.
And he's going to attack. He will attack his own carrier. And he's going to end his turn, so Matt Van Hoof's going to draw. And he does have the Wing Blast that's set in the back row there. Now he has a card in his hand again. He really wants to use it.
He can ram here. He can ram. Takes some damage, but he gets his effects here. He
He
can
would be able to.
get the Dante.
Get the Dante as well.
Yeah, the Dante effect will add back the Burning Abyss that he could potentially
It
pitch.
could be very advantageous for him to attack at least because that disc is only at 21 and that down was just at 27. He can detach material after he attacks, so hit him for 600 and then detach whatever he wants and then hopefully use that later to his advantage. So let's see here. I wouldn't think he'd want to get the Graph though because that's kind of pointless.
Yeah, he's definitely got to do something here because he's getting that search from the scout.
Yeah, so
And,
I would almost want to say maybe even Dante hitting the graveyard if he chooses to attack.
That's what I mean. Yeah, then he can add
Yep.
back something and spin it with Wing Blast after.
Yep, because he does. I don't know what he has in the grave. He has he has a graph. Oh no, that's
The
not a
graph's
graph.
under. I think it's a
It's a
seer.
Rubik is one,
I
and
think
then
it's
this,
a
oh, it's a
seer.
seer. Yes,
Yeah, I think it's a seer.
because so in this case it would be
graph.
advantageous to get the detached Dante, and he'd want to get back seer because
Yep.
if he throws away the seer, he can get back Dante. So, in my opinion. But detaching Skarm though, he can get. It is a wild card, but I mean, it doesn't really need to,
Yeah, but
does he?
yeah, you're kind of.
But unless he wants to search tour guide, so you gotta wonder if that card in hand that he drew is already a Burning Abyss card that helps him with his discard outlet.
I don't know what one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big factor. What is that card that's in his hand?
Yeah, it's definitely something he would prefer to pitch. So, adding the tour guide.
Yeah, especially if he's making that kind of play because we know it's a Wing Blast. So
Yeah.
you gotta wonder what is it.
So it could be a seer already. Oh no, it couldn't be a seer because he detached the Skarm.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
wouldn't
know.
want to. Definitely would not.
Definitely would be detaching the Dante.
It could be a seer because he could get Skarm. So
Yeah,
not a
get,
bad
get
thought.
another search.
But if he is able to take that graph off somehow, then you'd have to get a Skarm out of it himself. But we'll cross that bridge when he comes to us. For now, it's just the cool for disc, and he can play Scout. But I mean, it's not quite as free as Ahmad may think because that set is a Wing Blast.
Yeah. And Mind Crush should have given him a glance at his hand to see that that was a Wing Blast.
Or maybe he does know that it is a Wing Blast. Maybe he just said it orally, but we can't tell if that was said orally or not. And Ahmad just deep in thought, and who can blame him? This is a very, very intense pressure situation. You're in top 4 of the ARG Provincial Championships, and why not give your turns in a little bit of an extra thought, especially when you have some extra time here, 50 minutes instead of 40.
Looks like he's grabbing a stealth.
Yep. Now is Matt Van Heuvel going to react to this now with that information? And I can't see what is in his hand, but
We know he
tour
does have a tour guide.
That's to our left. So when you're watching the screen, it's to me. You're the left, but on the right, don't know what that card is. And I don't know what Matt Van Heuvel's saying right now, but just wondering what Ahmad is thinking right now. Really intense, and there's quite a bunch of chatter coming up from the peanut gallery as well. Wonder if that's affecting the thought process of Ahmad here.
Yeah, there's a lot of talking going on.
There is. It's quite loud.
There's a bunch of players gathered around watching this.
Even Irvin's quite vocal right now too, as he always is.
He must be winning. And there's the Summoner's Art.
Well, so he can get a
Yeah,
model.
grabbing that monolith.
Just taking his time, just making sure his plays are good, taking it step by step.
Day by day.
And he will play the monolith. Just immediately plays it. That spell trap card in the back row for Matt Vinny almost seems a little camouflage. It's kind of blended in with the navy blue of the background there of the Majesty's Fiend. So
It's kind of hidden.
Yeah, it almost seems like you can't see that. Strange enough. So it looks like it's a pendulum summon of the carrier. And will Matt Vandenheuvel respond at all? I wonder if he's thinking, I'm just going to double sacrifice both the monsters.
Yeah, he does get the double draw.
And even
And
double
the
draw.
in the ad from Sacrifice.
And he bounces the board.
And remember that being treated for 2 tributes on Sacrifice is optional. So he doesn't have to be forced to just tribute the disc. He can actually tribute both of them if he wants to. He does not have to treat that Sacrifice with the disc as 2 tributes if he doesn't want to. So it's up to Matt Van. I think the priority right now is on Matt Vandenheuvel to see if he wants to make a move, because Matt Vandenheuvel knows he has a stealth, and he's trying to debate him on. He's letting it go. Oh no, this might be Rob. So he's tributing
that's
both
right.
now.
He slammed that down with authority.
Yeah, he did.
As soon as he said that was fine, he was like, sure.
And then that stealth is going to bounce to the back row too. So
Yeah.
so he's going to be able to search with the so he's going to at least get a special summon out of Graph.
Did he just bounce the down with
Yeah, he bounced it down.
why?
Oh, no. He
No.
used the stealth to bounce the front.
Guys, please.
I was like, oh jeez.
So the Seer's going to come out from the graph that was underneath the Dante that was underneath the Downer. And he's going to add a Rubik back to his hand.
And there's even and the tough luck thing is for him too. There's also even a Skarmored in that too. So he's going to be able to search Tour Guide if he so chooses to after this. So
Yeah, he already has the
yeah,
tour
he does have a
guide,
Tour
so-
Guide. So he can search on whatever, anything else. But you got to wonder, does Ahmad going to have to attack that Seer?
He's going to try to OTK him here on his following turn. He's going to, if he gets another turn, I believe he already Pendulum Summoned. So.
Yeah, he already did Pendulum Summon. That's what he Pendulum
So,
Summoned to get that carrier.
I think
so.
he's building a case to try to just adding back that Rubik, and he does have a tour guide. I think he's going to try to spin it with Virgil and then make a big attack.
Apparently he does have a snatch. Apparently Ahmad has a snatch too.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can't be targeted. You're right.
So he just attacks the Seer.
And he still gets to draw 2 from that monolith.
He does so he can at least build himself hopefully for next turn, assuming he can survive. So Matt Vandenheuvel was still trying to make a decision here. Like, what is he going to special summon? And he's thinking about Graph. And that's the tough thing about just playing as Burning Abyss. I mean, they have so many options. You kill one card, they can special summon another, and they can special summon yet another, and it can go back either way. It's like I said, it's a pick your poison kind of thing. When it
Absolutely.
comes to playing Burning Abyss,
Yep. He does have cards in his hand though,
Yeah.
so he does know what he needs. He's gonna get that graph again.
so he sets 1 monolith. He's going to draw 2 because he
Draw 2.
sacrificed 2 Cloth
Yep.
monsters.
That card's on the board.
So he's going to special summon Rubik to start his turn. Matt Vandenheuvel. So he's going to book a move in the graph.
Ooh, saucy.
Looks like he's trying to think of what he's going to do here. And down goes that Rubik. Down goes the graph.
And that Rubik's gonna be destroyed. And it doesn't die. What?
Oh, he's thinking about maybe I'm going to chain to that instead. And he finally does it.
Yeah, see.
All right, so Normal summons a tour guide, which Ahmad knew he had. At least hope so. Presumably so. 'Cause
Ahmad
he
did
search
draw. Ahmad did draw the emptiness off that monolith. So if he can survive this turn,
it. He can be
the
in very
emptiness.
good position.
the emptiness could be very, very big.
Absolutely, he could. And not to mention, he's got a carrier in the graveyard as well. In his extra deck, so he could use that to be able to bounce that set graph as well. But for now, we're going to see what Matt Vandenheuvel does and see if Ahmad Fahem can overcome this.
It's just going to be a Dante and maybe another Dante back.
Now strange. Oh wow, he got a Farfa, so he's going to banish that
No,
Nope. Oh,
you
no.
can't. Yeah, you can't
Oh,
target
he can't, right.
You can only
'Cause it
banish
is-
his
yeah,
own
it's level
graph.
6. Oh, Econ.
The Econ, though. Whoa, whoa, wee,
And
whoa.
that is game. Wow. And a
Econ.
big
We've been
game.
talking.
And
we've
a big
been-
controller.
Yeah, we've been talking about Econ all day. How amazing that card is, and we just saw right there. Ended that game fast.
Amazing by Matt Van and Heuvel, overcoming a double mind crush, and being able to swipe away game 1, take it down the mod.
Yeah, the fairy winds are coming in. Ahmad just dropped a soul charge or a
Soul transition.
soul. No, the other one, soul drain.
Oh,
He
Soul
just
Drain.
dropped it. Yeah, I think Matt did see that. So
It's a very, very intense game here. It seems to be. It seemed to be very a very short game.
I don't know.
However, the turns just taking so long. So we're over here to Jesse and no, not Jesse. This is Irvin versus. I don't know who the opponent is of Irvin, unfortunately.
I can't see from here.
Unfortunately, I don't know who that is.
Irvin is up game 1. So
He's up for game 1.
and there's another flying C. Been seeing that fly around for a while.
Has no pun intended.
Flying around.
This match wasn't over.
Pun intended.
So there's the attack for 1,000 right there.
Oh, he does have the Elite.
Jesse caught me.
Yeah, so double flying C's here.
Flying C's on both sides. of the field
Everybody's
here.
doing it. Looks like he's got a tour guide there. Tour guiding into a Scarm and just leaving it sit. He does have the Elite in his hand, so he could summon it next turn and pop the and negate the flying C that's on his own field, and then overlay with the Scarm if it survives.
Now the problem is though, if you leave a monster in attack mode there, that flying C can ram it and they can free itself up.
Yes.
So you have to be very careful of a monster placement here. So you gotta look at. Irvin has at least. I presume that's Irvin on the bottom. And I think it's so because he's got that calculator. He does at least have a graph or a Scarm in his hand. So he can at least set the Scarm, and at least that can just get him something for next turn if it does get destroyed.
Yeah, he does need to just set it.
So he could just be a mere defender.
Set it, and hopefully you can summon that Elite next turn and negate your own flying C.
Yeah, it could work. You can set it and forget it. And now we're back to Ahmad versus Matt. This is our feature match A table.
Open with that emptiness.
So Clipboard Scout's going to come down. That's going to pay 100. He's going to make a search.
Ahmad has that emptiness again. He flashed it. So he's got the Scout and the emptiness. He's getting his search going, so if he's got a monster and a sacrifice, he could be in very
He's
good
got
shape.
a good opening once again, and you got to bet he's still packing those mind crushes in there still. Especially if he's going to go first. But now with that knowledge of Matt Van Heuvel, he might have to tread more carefully now if that's the case.
Looks like he's going for
Oh, that's a climate change.
change. Interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting indeed. So
And he
it's
does
a
have-
Helix with a sacrifice.
Wah wah wee wah with the emptiness
With
set too.
3 set, and one of them, of course, we all know is the climate change.
Looks like he has a Typhoon here,
There's a special moves here.
and that's
The
a.
Vanity's emptiness.
that's
So
a
it just remains in his hand.
I don't like that play. I think you should let the Rubik hit, and once he comes in with the second monster, then flip it up.
No,
can just pick 'em off.
unfortunately for Rubric, he can't for Ahmad that he normally he cannot pound over it because it is a 21 defense. So
Yeah, he's gonna have another search though with the Scout.
yeah, he will indeed. He
So-
can at least turn that up. But other than that, he might just decide to. I just want to
Yeah,
keep
so-
it pumped up. So he loses the climb.
Where's sacrifice?
Oh, I don't know
gone?
what happened. Yeah, I was gonna say what happened to sacrifice there, but He loses the climate change, and of course, thus losing Vanny Sempness. However, he cannot summon. He cannot activate the effect of Rubik for the turn, but he can normal summon it.
Yep.
There's a
So
Skarm.
that's what's gonna happen.
And oh no, it has an
Oh,
enormous
he's got all
Seer.
the Burning Abyss.
So it'll just normal. Or maybe it did activate Seer. I don't know.
No, it was a
No,
Rubik.
it's a Rubik,
It was
so-
it was definitely a Rubik.
So that's one. Oh, that could be a Fire Lake. That has to be a Fire Lake set there. That is excellent against this matchup right here. So that's dangerous ground that now Ahmad has to tread on. And
Do you think he ripped the Night Beam?
if he did, he's probably pondering which one to play on right now. But I don't think he had. He has, and if he decides to play this, like activate Scout, he can at least trigger that Fire Lake, because there's no way he's going to let him get a free search. So he's going to attack Seer. He's going to force it out through the battle phase.
Yeah, he's definitely forcing something.
rather than
He has no monster.
rather than the main phase. So he doesn't want to give up that 800 life points, it seems, if assuming Matt Van Hoover does have a Fire Lake down. So interesting that Ahmad decided not to activate Scout that turn. Because it would be better in
Yeah.
his case if he actually had that Fire Lake baited out
Yep.
during the main phase, so at least he can make a move, then move into battle afterwards. But if he's doing the battle phase, just trying to get rid of that I guess he wants to get rid of that Seer. Oh no.
Yeah, so he did not have it.
So he loses a sacrifice at least, but he will get to search with it. But now the question is, what does he search for? And
He gets double searched pretty much because he does still have the Scout. He didn't use it yet.
yep,
this turn.
but then again, this is
So-
also assuming that
It's not a Fire Lake.
that's not a Fire Lake. But Emad could just go for a simple Scout and then try to activate the Scouts and just like at least try to get a free pass out of it. But it's just very strange.
Trying to make him not take the scout with the sacrifice.
It's strange indeed that he decided to get climate change as his first search.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So that's
So
we
he's
gotta,
gonna grab
we gotta
another
wonder what
Scout.
that was.
Grabbed another Scout, so
Yeah,
now he's
so-
free to activate this one.
Yes,
And if it is a Fire
indeed.
Lake, then he's fine. He can just play it again.
Yep. So he activates it, and
Yeah.
Matt has no choice to let that
Yeah.
at least that go through. And at this point in time, I don't know if
I don't believe there is a Fire Lake there. It's kind of a waste of a Book of Moon.
but it could be a clever bait by Matt Van Hoover, just a big bluff rather.
Yeah, but
So
either way, it's going to resolve the same. He's still going to get the
Yep.
Scout search.
So he will tribute it.
There
He'll
you
tribute
go.
a Helix to pop that card. Is it a Fire Lake? And it
Yep.
is a Fire Lake indeed. So he wasn't bluffing it after all.
Yep, he's okay with that though.
Yep.
He's just going to Scout again, get his
Yep.
pendulum scale up.
Oh no, it was a Shadow Mirror. And he's opting not to play another Scout. He's not playing that Scout he just recently searched.
Yeah, he didn't pendulum summon. That's kind of interesting.
Well, he can do a pendulum summon if he wants to. Although, he can't attack with it. He's obviously done his
Of course.
conducted as a battle phase. But yeah, he could
Is for field
absolutely
presence.
do that for field presence if you wanted to, or just even just search out a card. But he hasn't ended his turn yet technically. So, he's
And,
ended his turn.
It's weird that he didn't summon the
Yeah, he didn't
Skarm.
play.
He didn't summon the Skarm off the Seer when he Fire Laked.
Yeah, that's
weird.
well, he didn't want to search someone because he wouldn't be able to search.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
yeah.
he wouldn't do that. But see, now that
Mind
doesn't
Crush.
that doesn't make sense to me. Why didn't he play that Scout before?
He wanted to Mind Crush to see exactly what he has, I think. He just wanted to make sure that when he plays that Scout, it's going to stick.
Yeah,
And,
it just seems like it's a free
Yeah,
search though.
It
But
does seem like a
I just trying to fathom
yeah.
why would I not want to free search that turn? Now, of course, the way I word it just sounds a little ludicrous, but you still gotta wonder why do you not search that turn? That's one
Yeah,
less card
yeah,
he's gonna work with.
Yeah, you had no spell or trap,
Yeah,
so
it was
there's really no
free.
reason not to.
So I just hope that's not just a memory lapse in his brain, or if he's just
Yeah.
or just really believes that was the right move. So we're
Oh, you know what? I think he only has one card in hand for the Mind Crush, so he needed to keep that Scout in hand.
well,
But
if he
could've
well,
just
but he can
searched-
add a card to his
yeah, he
hand
could have
and,
just
and
searched
then
the
just still have that
sacrifice,
live. So
which, maybe that's what he was thinking.
that's
I
the
don't
whole
know.
puzzling thing. That also could be a thing in his mind, but that's just an example of just overthinking at that point in time.
So he's just gonna come in with
He's just gonna hammer in with two 18s.
they do get the boost from
the carrier.
right?
So,
Yeah,
yep. Okay, so
he's karma cutting.
Karma cutting it out there. Yeah,
Oh,
you
it's
gotta be
like a
careful. That's not the
super
extra.
rare karma cut, I think.
It looks like ultimate rare.
Alti,
Yeah,
impressive.
Yep.
Takes his karma
That's
cut
one.
seriously.
So he searches a tour guide. No surprises here. No surprises here, folks. Now you gotta wonder what that face down Ahmad has. Could he use it to stymie Matt Van Heuvel here?
Let's see. And
that's
it's
a big
the
card right there.
emptiness. It's
Oh,
the
Vanity's emptiness. That's a big card.
Yeah, very
So
impressive.
draw, and he can search now with a scout, and basically, this could spell game over here, for at least for this game, because he can now make a free search with the scout, and he can even tribute summon.
Oh yeah.
No, he can't tribute summon it to set off his vanities, so he's not unable to turn off his vanities at the moment.
But getting a free search is fine.
Helix. But can he see that? Does he recognize that play?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that he want to do that. He could bounce it with stealth. That would probably be a better.
He's got a clipboard disc. Now you don't wonder why is he going for disc? Because he can't. If he tributes them, it's not going to hit the grave. It won't turn off vanities. So one's going to question, why is he doing this?
Even if it did hit the grave.
He could maybe have that stealth.
And he couldn't activate it either. So it's a double whammy. So I don't think. Okay, so
So
there you
the
go. That's why.
book.
Oops.
The book.
And he's just going to scoop it up right there.
Yep.
So indeed, Ahmad did have the play after all. It circulated in his brain, and Ray was ready to pounce on him. And he's able to take game 2, and we're able to push it to a game 3. And all those big floodgates that Ahmad was able to draw early and just slow Matt down really
Yeah.
quickly was able to be enough to stymie him and then get a game.
All the flying C's over here.
Flying C's and 2 Dantes. I wouldn't want to be the person in the Flying C position right now.
That is Irvin. This is still game 2.
Oh, does he look? Hey, this could be the end right here. If he's putting those Dantes into attack mode. Oh no, it's just being
Dun.
phase 2. So,
Dun,
but he
dun.
pretty much is getting ready to finish it off.
Oh yeah.
He needs a dark
Those
hole.
piercings. Appears Irvin has a flying C of his own.
There's too many flying season already.
Double Flying C. That's crazy.
All the C's.
And whoops. So, or Irvin so now trying to figure out, what are we gonna do to get past this now? Nope, and Irvin just isn't able to do anything here. And now both our matches are now going into game 3, our top 4 put. So who will be in top 2 playing for our ARG Provincial Championships? So
Oh, we're
Matt
back
Van
in this
Heuvel has
one.
opened up
8.
with tour guide to Graf, but Ahmad counters with his own Max C. So Matt Van Heuvel just sets a back row and just simply ends his turn. So Ahmad's going to open up his turn now with the 6 in hand. I do see a compulsory evacuation device and a sacrifice in his hand, along with a couple monsters and a Mind Crush. He just seems to get that Mind Crush.
Yeah,
Every time.
That Mind Crush.
Yeah, he does.
Loves that Mind Crush.
And why not? It's fantastic.
Yeah,
he
it's
summons a
helped
stealth.
him all throughout the day today.
And the funny thing is, though, he can even attack that Graf, and then he's going to, of course, Matt Van Heuvel is going to get that Scarm.
Yeah.
And then now, you got to wonder if he's going to put putty into his hands now and search out that tour guide.
Oh, of course. Summoning that tour guide is just going to get there.
Yeah, because in this situation, Matt really needs a tour guide because he's got left with a tour guide, and indeed, he does get the tour guide. But now this is something for Matt. Now, you got to hope that Matt maybe has a wing blast down and doesn't draw into another tour guide. You got to hope that. and then that way he can have him locked down for a turn. So there's the Mind Crush right there. And doesn't Matt have the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast to counter it? And again,
Doesn't look like it.
and you gotta wonder, is Matt Van Heuvel going to do that same thing again, where he's going to hide his cards? And no. So it looks like a Seer Graph. I couldn't see, is way too fast. Once again, not legal for Matt Van Heuvel to make that play.
Yeah.
He cannot. He's not allowed to hide his cards like that. He must reveal his hand openly. So that's
Ahmad seems happy with
but
it.
he seems fine with it. But that's concealing information right there, and that is not allowed.
Yeah, it appears to be a Twister or a Typhoon. Ultimate Twister. Wow. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he hit it on
Like
purpose.
I said, it's like you said. Ahmad has a right to know what that card is. So it's going to be a wonder. What could he do?
Yeah, that's definitely something. I would not allow that.
And in this high stakes, high caliber tournament, and this part of the stage
top
of the
four.
tournament,
Top four.
you cannot afford to let mistakes go unpunished here. I mean, you wouldn't punish your opponent if they just let the Lonely Monster for you to hit for game, and you wouldn't let yourself opponent get those little freebies on their own mistakes. So here we are.
So he's got a couple sets here.
Yep.
And yeah, he didn't get to see what that spell was, so
Yep.
it was
So,
the Twister. So
of course he's not gonna use it on the sacrifice for now, but you gotta wonder what's
is that another sacrifice in his hand, or is that a upstart?
So he just immediately snaps it in for a disc, and he's gonna activate sacrifice and then chain disc. So disc is gonna special summon 2, and sacrifice will make the search.
Yeah, that looks like a Helix.
That's a carrier
Or-
actually,
is it?
and
Oh,
that's the
a
helix.
Helix and a carrier.
There we go. Now we can. Not bad choices at all. One of each that can pop whenever, and then and then he's gonna search with a sacrifice, and he's gonna get a scout. You're gonna wonder if
He's gonna dig into the extra
he
first.
can go into the extra deck first, and absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely would dive into the extra deck
I'm
here
sure
on
he
a mods
knows.
form
Yep.
because he's got no scales, so it's absolutely very smart
Yep.
right now to go to it.
And that is the Dweller.
To Dweller. And outside of a warning, Matt Van Heuvel is powerless to stop this.
He does
this
play
Dweller
the
to go through.
yeah, he does play the Wing Blast and stuff, but well, just to spin it away. Appear to be very excited during the Irvin So match
So
over
there's
there.
there's an attack by disc. So and then he's going to activate the Abyss Dweller, and then he loses a Scarm. So that Scarm is not going to be searching then until the end phase. And he can still attack with the Abyss Dweller and the Tour Guide, but the question is, does he want to do that? Because
Yeah, he
by
does.
doing so, it'll open up to at least normal summon Burning Abyss, and he's going to Typhoon, which is
Ooh,
the Twister.
That is the Twister.
Yes, this
yeah.
is the Twister. So that was a free.
And
That
there's
was
the
good because
scout.
it was a free Typhoon to play.
So he could have. Oh,
no,
wow,
but
he
has
had the
them on his
Typhoon.
team.
But that's okay. He's okay with that.
But he does have control, however, and he's going
And
to play
there's the
a monolith.
Monolith, and he's drawing.
And he's going
He
to draw
tributed
one.
2. I think he tributed. Oh yeah, he did tribute
Just
1. It
one.
was the sacrifice. You're right.
So he doesn't have any scales built up though. But that Abyss Dweller is going to definitely stymie Matt Van Heuvel
It's
for the
definitely
turn.
lingering.
He activates Seer, and I think Mod's going to let that go through. So Matt Van Heuvel now has to deal with an Abyss Dweller. Normal
Appears to be
summons
a
the
graph.
graph.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't have to play Abyss Dweller right now. He can just chain it to Dante's effect if he chooses to. Throw away the graph.
Yeah, if you choose to throw away the graph, but is it compulse? So he has the compulse on the Dante, and he does have a graph. Oh yeah, he Abyss Dweller,
Lose
so
it,
he
yeah,
negated
so-
the graph too. Wow.
So that's a summoner's art.
there's
And
a
that's going to be
summoner's
game
art.
right there because he's just going to pendulum summon an Ahmad for him.
yeah.
Top decks his way to a victory right there, and he is advancing to finals.
Yeah.
Ahmad for
Impressive.
him of Hamilton, Ontario, representing Dungeon Comics, is able to snare away Game 3.
See you guys.
See you later, Matt. Drive safe,
Right.
man. I heard the roads are bad.
And there it is right there. And we have at least one half of the finals established with the Mod Fam going to finals.
And here's the Flying C mirror match.
It is Yu Hang Wang versus Irvin So. Also known as Nick Wang, because it's his English name. So, many Asians do have their own English name.
Does have the econ.
So he has an econ.
Got
So
rid of
that's
that
very
Flying
good.
C.
Now you gotta wonder: is there an OTK bound here? There's one Dante, and I think that just looks like a
It's tough
rubric.
to see. We don't know what happened earlier in the turn.
That looks like a rubric down, and it is a rubric. It's correct.
Flying
Flying C, Fire Lake, and I don't know what that top card is, and it's a Skarm.
kept in his Fire Lakes. That's interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very interesting that
not-
Fire Lake is regarded as not very good in the mirror match. So very interesting to see Yu Hang there keep in that Fire Lake.
Yeah, definitely a side out card.
Yes,
It's
but
interesting.
strange enough, he kept it in, and now we're gonna see how Nick is gonna play this turn out. Yu Hang, Nick. Wang. Oh, so he has a tour guide. So this already could start some chaos. So basically now, if we see one big, those are Max C though. But if we see one more special summon card aside from maybe the graph that he's gonna get, this could very well be over. With the traditional double Dante Acid Golem combo for the OTK, I don't believe Irvin is playing any hand traps to be able to at least halt an attack. And Graf comes down. No surprises here.
I believe he does have another another Flying C. Urban.
If he does get a Flying C, that would aid in mitigating this this OTK. However, he's not playing it yet. But maybe we'll just take 5,000 and then whatever Graf special summons, and then maybe we'll just kill it off with that.
Yeah, he does have the Flying C. It's tough to say. We're not sure what happened earlier in the turn.
It's a bit of a risk on Yu Hang's part because even though he's under Max C, but Irvin has already exhausted one Flying C, as we already saw. He got attributed by enemy controller earlier on. So now you got to figure out what is Yu Hang gonna do? Am I just gonna push? And enemy controller that Dante too, so he has to either give it right back, or let Irvin draw another card and keep it by going to Downer Magician. So very, very difficult decisions here that Yu Hang has to make.
So Irvin there's helping his opponent by reminding him to switch his Dante into attack mode to attack with it.
What a guy! What a guy!
What a sweetheart.
So he's gonna choose not to push the issue anymore, and I wonder if that's gonna come back to haunt him or not. But he does have a Flying C, so it actually, in the retrospect, it actually is a good move that he's not pushing it further.
Yeah, looks
so,
like he has a Dark Hole and a Raigeki.
Oh, which is big. It does sound weird, but Dark Hole and Raigeki are actually very good in the mirror match because it's a good way to clear that board. Even though you're setting off all those floaters and maybe getting a couple more special summons in, it makes it one layer easier to peel it down.
Yeah, and also it gets rid of those Ojama Trio tokens and the Flying Cs.
Yeah, it's almost like an onion. You gotta peel that deck back one at a time until you get to that center, and then you can just attack it right from there.
So he's going to get the search from the Skarm here.
Yes, he
Looks
will.
like he's probably going to grab another tour guide.
I guess that's why he didn't mind giving it back for the most part, because I can just, and not to mention that Dante has exhausted all of its materials as well, so it's not like that Dante can beat over much. It might be useful for Irvin at that point to maybe use that Dante as a enemy controller bait at this point in time, because if he does that, he can at least take that graph and then take advantage of it by not letting him special summon, because Burning Abyss players usually like to leave a floating monster in the field that allows them to be able to special summon if, in fact, that their whole board gets cleared. So that's like, again, going back to my little onion simile here. You got to peel it back again.
Appears Irvin drew another flying C.
And that's a great way to
Drew
start
another
with a tour guide. And now let's see if Nick can respond. And he chooses not to. He's going to get a graph. Don't think anybody's surprised at all with that call.
A graph?
As,
What?
about 95% of the tour guide searches are usually our graph.
Usually graph. Unless you're going for game, you get the Farfa.
So here comes the second Dante now on Irvin's side of the field.
And Nick seems to be fine with that, so.
He is indeed. Oh,
And
no, there's a
the
seer. There's a
And the
Farfa.
Farfa.
Ooh, and another seer, but one seer and one Farfa good enough, and you can even hear the loud exclamation coming over from the table.
Look at his
coming from
graveyard,
Irvin.
though. All monsters.
All monsters. You gotta
All
hope he
the
doesn't burn
monsters.
out. And we all know that Irvin So is not very soft-spoken at all. Quite the opposite, if you ask me. And if something big happens, he will let you know about it.
Absolutely.
He is not shy at all to tell people off. He is not shy at all. He's loud. He's brash. But he is one heck of a duelist, and we're seeing it right here. And
Absolutely.
And there's a reason why he is in the top 4 right now.
Looks like he could be.
Now the beauty of this now is, he can get Rubric.
He's going to try to Virgil away
He
that.
can Virgil it
graph.
away. Indeed he can.
Get some damage in. And if he does have more Burning Abyss monsters.
There's the special summon of the Skarm. So he's going to sacrifice a Skarm Search, it's looking like. And yes, he will, to bring out the Virgil. So sacrifice one of your own so you can make sure he can't get any of his own. And then the rough thing for Nick is that tour guide is going to come back. And that's going to lock him out, barring a spell card of possibly the enemy controller, Dark Hole, or anything of that.
Once again, we talk about the enemy controller. It's been a huge card all day.
Absolutely, and it just shows how powerful it is in the mirror match. Because there's so many unwanted. Strange enough, there's so many unwanted monsters that Burning Abyss don't want because we need to keep that field up, and that's going to be a good 6,000 on Nick now, and that puts him in what we call the danger zone.
That is the danger zone, and Irvin also still has the Flying C, which is so huge.
So this is absolute lockdown right now.
If anything starts to go awry, he's got that. And he's bluffing the Dark Hole.
You know what I found the weirdest card I got played on me yesterday, and I was playing a BA Mirror?
What's that?
I got hit. I played Dark Hole. The guy actually changed to Starlight Road, but didn't actually have a Stardust Dragon to summon either. He told me later I wanted to use the Revelation is over, but he didn't have one.
Oh,
So I found it pretty entertaining, which is funny because he stopped my Dark Hole.
would have been better if you warninged it.
Yeah. And then my finishing move was I actually used Revival Gift on him after he summoned 2 Burning Abyss monsters, and I had to go. And he tried to go for a game because I had Gore, but I hit him with Gores.
Ooh, Gores is spicy.
Gores is. I do enjoy Gores in the Burning Abyss Mirror because of its 25 defense is enough to be able to resist any attack, repel any normal attack from
He's very,
Burning
very
Abyss.
big.
So now that
The
that
tour
tour
guide
guide
is
is
coming
back on Nick, he has to hope that there is no enemy control. So he has
There's
a tour
the
guide
tour
at least,
guide.
so that's about the next best thing.
Something's going to come down, and then he's going to drop the Flying C, I'm sure.
I'm going to smell a Flying Sea, and then it's
And
going to
shut him
basically
out.
stymie him at this point, and
Yeah.
because of that, and of course we have to see what tour guide's going to summon because this decision is actually quite critical.
Yeah, and then he is going to have the Regeki probably to finish the game next turn.
Very, very, very tough situation for Nick here. Very difficult situation here for Nick as he's just trying to figure out what monster he's going to
What
get.
is Flying C's defense?
Flying Sea's defense is 700 piece.
700?
It's 700 all around. So he's going to get a graph in defense mode, and I don't think that shouldn't help the cause.
I think he's... I
Not-
think he should drop the Flying C
Not at least with
here.
the Flying Sea. Yeah, Flying Sea. He could, but it's all about that paranoia of that enemy controller.
So he's gonna let him make the.
Yeah, because if anything, that enemy controller might be a positive thing for. Sorry, the flying C could be a positive thing for Nick if he has an enemy controller to give him basically a free brain control.
Yeah.
In
But,
a sense.
Oh, here comes the Rubik. Looks like he's revealing a Rubik.
Yep, it is indeed. And that's what happened for me on the regionals yesterday. Somebody flying C me in that same burning mesmer. He had 2 downwards, so I happily took that away with.
There it is.
And there's that flying C right there.
And that's gonna kill the Rubik and.
And the graph.
No, just the.
Rubik. I'm
yeah.
sorry, just the Rubik. Yeah, the graph.
Yeah,
was
the graph
tour
was
guide.
brought up by tour guide.
And then I was able to take his downward and then crash his downwards together, and then leave him up, and then.
Yeah, the reason why I asked was because he could have made the downward last turn over the Dante and then pierced the flying C for game. But the 700 defense is too big.
Just enough anyway.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this is the danger zone. At 1,
Just get a hit and a leak here.
3.
Oh,
No,
and
that's
a leak to negate that flying C would have been pretty
Yes,
nice.
Sear. Now, yeah, that Sear isn't gonna really help the cause much.
Yeah.
He might be able to get if there's a Farfa in there, he could use the Farfa to banish on flying C and possibly progress his game. But I don't know once again if he has one in there.
Yeah, and Irvin still does have the Regeki, so I think the Regeki's gonna seal this game. Looks like he's got a monster.
And we got some. And like you said, Irvin is very brash, very not in no way soft spoken. And there's the happy banter coming from him now.
Yeah,
which you
he
can hear
knows,
straight across the room.
He knows the Regeki's
And,
gonna end this game next turn.
Irvin's thinking, I've got it. This is game. This is mine. This title is mine. Even though he still has to go through one more person, assuming he wins here. And there's just a small crowd now just huddled around because majority of our players have left
So, yeah.
already, considering it is 10:55 Eastern
11.
Standard Time
11 o'clock.
here. Yes, we've been broadcasting for 12 and a
hours.
half hours.
Yeah.
I don't know how my voice isn't dead. Oh
So
yeah,
that-
Uh-huh.
we got the lozenges to help us all day.
So yeah, the Farfa's gonna die here, and he's gonna choose to banish something, and he is gonna take the flying C.
It has been a long journey and a long day, and we're gonna find out who is going to make it to the top soon. This
Yeah,
isn't the
we've got a
championship
mod.
match. This-
Ahmad plays the winner of this match.
Yeah, it is. This is the this semifinal match, believe it or not. And
Do we know what's under that Dante? Is it a tour guide?
I don't know. I believe it is
On
just
Irvin, so?
yeah, it looks like a
On
tour guide
Irvin's
from the
side?
underworld,
Yeah.
judging from the sparkly text
Yeah.
indicating secret rare.
Because if he does detach that graph here, he could face the game shot next turn with the Regeki.
And you gotta wonder how you're gonna hit for 45 this turn.
Actually, yeah, it's gonna. Yeah,
Uh,
pretty sure it's
so
gonna be
so Libic. So it looks like he's trying to set up a wall here, but
But
a
the
wall.
the Regeki plus the Virgil is.
it's
he's
way
gotta-
it's way too powerful.
Yeah, he's got to kill that Virgil.
Like Giga Brilliant.
Giga Brilliant.
So he's gonna try to muscle his way over that Virgil to at least mitigate some damage and hope that Irvin cannot go for a tour guide play
And there goes the
into the
Libic.
Nightmare Shark.
The Libic's gone. Appears he's not using the effect. And he
So
is
300 goes on Irvin.
crashing. Oh yeah.
Now, by all means, this game is not over. Nick could be packing something. He could also have a flying C himself to prevent his opponent from going to exceed summon, or he might have a flying C himself. So it certainly isn't over. However, the match does look quite bleak.
Yes. He does have this Seer too, so.
He has a Dark Hole
Libby
and a
does,
Regeki.
and a Dark Hole set, I believe. So I think he has 2 dark holes.
Yes, 3
All the
mass
dark
removals,
holes.
and of course he has he has 2 Dantes.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
he can.
and 2 Dantes to be able to retrieve whatever
Yeah,
cards
so
he
he
wants
can
to
dark
pick.
hole here and then just make another
Or
Virgil
Geki.
and pitch it with the 2 monster he gets back. and
'Cause,
just
yeah.
attack for a game.
Because Burning Abyss virtually have 2 layers, maybe even 3, if you go Dante that has a graph and then that gets a seer. So they can only have a max of 3 layers. But if Irvin indeed has 2 dark holes and a Regeki, that's 3 layers of peeling, and that's all they can hold. And let's see what he's got.
It's
That's a snatch steal.
That was a
That's a
snatch
dark
steal.
hole.
And then he's just gonna snatch whatever and gimme.
And this looks like the game
Yep.
for Irvin. So
Looks like Irvin's gonna go on.
it doesn't even. At this point, it almost doesn't even matter.
Just show him the snatch, and you can move on.
And he has a tour guide in his hand too, just to cap it all off.
Yeah, if he does have he plays around the flying C, so. So yeah, he's just gonna snatch whatever he does and summon a monster, poke.
I can summon a tour guide as well, which he probably will do. So he's going to search for two in case,
Grabbing a second seer.
and he just hopes don't
Not
have
grabbing
a.
a second seer.
And the only way realistically I can see him stop is if he has flying Seer Veiler, the game actually is not over. But odds are,
Well, he's gotta have the Veiler.
because if
And
he veils tour guide, well then he's going to get some for 1,000. If he has flying sea otherwise, then if he summons 2 Burning Abyss, then
Yeah, it depends what he summons. He's probably just gonna snatch and
Yeah.
summon.
So
and snatch.
there's layer 2.
You just special summon 2 and then snatch that.
Yep.
If he does flying C, then you just tour guide for a
Yep.
game.
Well, he's gonna play. It's best to play Regeki here in this case. Because if he has another dark hole, and then if you try, well,
No,
he
you
can also
just-
play
yeah.
Snatch Steal as well.
Yeah, you just special 2 and then snatch and the game's over.
Yeah.
If you special 2 and he plays flying C, then you just tour guide and
Yeah.
snatch, and you still won the game.
So it looks like he's going. Is that a normal summon? It looks like it looks like a normal summon. Yeah, and that's a Libic.
It's gotta be the special. He's gotta be
Yeah.
special.
Like, while the situation isn't exactly as clear cut as it looks. So he's gonna snatch the seer,
It's interesting.
and then so he can't flying see at this point in time. So basically,
He's just gonna make a Dante.
this
and
could
attack for
no.
a
He
game.
can just simply just swing with both, and that's be game.
He can't switch. He can't switch the seer.
Oh yeah, that's right. He
He
can
summon
switch
this
to-
turn. So
But
yeah,
he's
just
gonna
make
go
a
to
Dante.
Dante. He's gonna go to Dante, and like I said, this game is not over. But now he can
Yeah,
avoid.
he is playing it safe.
He can avoid Gores. Summons it, and he's just basically now trying to just bait out Flying C. And he does have Flying
Yeah.
C enough. So, but I don't
It's
think he
still
really
game.
cares at this point in
Yeah,
time
it's still
because
game.
it's still game. It should be game, barring now a Swift Scarecrow or a Battle Fader. But
That would be interesting.
he can't special summon.
So he special summoned this year and then
Yes.
tried to use his effect. And
So
I just heard him from here say, "Oh yeah, I special
oh
summoned
yeah,
this
you
year."
heard it.
Oh yeah,
So let's just oh, so that was
going in deeper.
apparently a special summon of Libic, if he's
Yes.
trying to
Yes.
if he's trying to throw down the tour guide.
Yes.
So you gotta wonder what's going on now. Like
He's
you
just trying
said,
to play around everything here.
yeah, like I said, a Battle Fader or a Swift Scarecrow will
Yeah,
stop
that's-
all of this. So he's just
That's
gonna
about
mill
it, but
mill 3 here. 1, 2, 3, and now he can activate Alec
and
to
that
negate the
C.
flying
Yeah.
C. I don't know if that's gonna really do much
doesn't
here
matter.
because
Yeah. He
he's already
doesn't.
normal summon for the turn. So, but at least do it for the sake of just doing it. Oh, so he did special summon Libic after all, and
Do they know that it's 11 o'clock?
I don't know.
They're playing through
Yeah.
game on board, so he's not scooping. Maybe
He's
just,
not good. Well,
maybe
he's
he's just making Irvin sweat it.
maybe because at this point, if Irvin does have game, the best Nick can do is just mind game him out of it.
Yeah.
And
But-
you know what?
but I mean, he is
but,
just gonna attack.
But he just scoops over.
He's
Yep.
gonna make the neck whip
And that's it. It is all over there. So we have Irvin So versus Ahmad Vahab in the finals, and we have one final match.